You mentioned the Busby play just now.
Yes.
How much do you remember about the roots of that as well as what it was?
I've no idea when it started. It was going when I first arrived, and it was going when I left. I can't remember if it was the director or the producer. Anyway, the bloke responsible for it was always the housemaster, and they did very ambitious plays. The first one I was involved with was The Firstborn by Christopher Fry, which happened in about my second year. And we had, when I was there, at least one actually very good actor. There was a chap called Carl Mackenzie. I particularly remember The Firstborn because I had to be his daughter or his nephew, she acted as a woman and I had to act as a woman, which I absolutely hated. And I also had to play the flute during it, and I think I almost deliberately got my arm broken in a football match on the afternoon of the first performance, so that I actually didn't have to play the flute and a mate. In fact, a chap called Gellhorn, who was, I think, some relative of Martha Gellhorn, might even been her son, played the flute off stage while I pretended with one hand, the other one being in plaster. But Carl Mackenzie was a very good actor, and he acted in a series of plays thereafter. So I remember that one very well, and not with fond memories in the least. It was featured actually in the London Illustrated News. So if you get about 1960 copy of the Illustrated or the London Illustrated News, you'll see pictures of it there. But they did other plays subsequently. I fortunately myself never acted again because I absolutely hated it. But the one I remember subsequently was The Strong Are Lonely by Hochfelder. And I've also got in my head a play called Night Must Fall. But when I looked up a synopsis the other day on Google, it seems to be mostly women. And I can't believe that a play was chosen that was mostly about women.
Perhaps avant-garde ideas.
I don't know. I can't remember anything about it, except that they say that's the synopsis I looked up. But it was a major event. It happened, I think, at the end of every play term. We used to have to practice or rehearse 2 or 3 times a week, I think, for the play term. So it was quite time-consuming as well. A lot of effort was taken with the lighting. A lot of effort with the music, and there was a chap called Jeremy Calton who was largely responsible for that, choosing the music and then organising it on ancient, enormous tape recorders to switch it on at the right moments. And then it was well attended. I can't remember whether he had one or two, I think we had 2 or 3 performances of it. And people would come, obviously all the parents of Busby boys, and especially the actors, and whoever turns up to school plays these days would go to that.